Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shyzalosophy 101. Yes, we're glad to be here too, I guess. Here's your host, Shyzabox. Oh, is the show starting? Oh, it must be we heard our introduction. Oh, they love us. Oh, everyone loves us. Oh, boy. Well, get out of here. And the horse you rode in on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, nuns and all. That's right, priests, preachers, bishops, cardinals, rabbis. You know, whoever's around doing living stuff that is temporarily at a pause, doing watching stuff that's temporarily at a hiatus of watching good stuff, and ended up here. Excellent. Algorithms are crazy, right? Well, believe you me, they certainly are. They certainly are. But there comes a time when we think to ourselves, what is it that necessarily makes one on time versus how you would say late, right? Maybe it's subjective to when one starts a clock, okay? Now, you might say a lot of places, okay, businesses, things of that nature, really prefer you to be on time, okay? Now you might be saying to yourself, like, why were you late today? Late is subjective, but speaking of not being here when we usually are, got to check in with the booth real quick. Hey, put management on the phone. Uh-huh. Hey, clock us in. We were here like, I don't know, like, what would you say, audience? Like 2 hours ago. Yeah, been streaming for a minute. Put us on the payroll. Excellent. Management, they think they know how to run the place. I don't know what it's like where you work. But around here, they think they know how to do everything. But, alas, as we were saying, relatively speaking, what is it that makes something start versus, commence when it was supposed to or wasn't supposed to, right? Late start, early arrival, could be either one, okay? Now, you might say that businesses open at a certain time, right? Well, what about when those businesses are running behind schedule? What about when those businesses close down and are no longer in operation and don't go? Well, obviously. But what if they don't update Google Maps? Have you ever been looking for a little trampoline park jump zone with your nieces and nephews anywhere, only to realize that the one that used to be there had some massive accident and that shit shut down like a year ago or something like that? Yeah. Us either, I guess. Doesn't matter. Point is that when something starts, all right, that's when you can commence and really appreciating what it offers, okay? Businesses. Think, if you go to your usual place for a morning cup of coffee because you're rich. That wasn't a joke. You must be rich if you can afford a morning cup of coffee at a business and don't just make it yourself at home. Again, not jokes. The ruthless internet, you are ruthless. But we know you are, and we appreciate that about you. Keeps us in check, okay? So those times when we ourselves don't necessarily, have an early arrival, okay? We don't necessarily ourselves have a late start, okay? Because the thing about our schedule is we get to do pretty much whatever we want. You laugh, but it's true. We're not under a contract or an NDA or anything like that, so sky's the limit, okay? Who wants us to make a game or a program for them? Shoot us an email. Let us know. It'll be fun. Usually we'll make stuff sometimes even day of that we, concoct on stream. We've done it before. We got our LimeWire-inspired music player on the IPFS. You can go play with that, curate your own playlist, play your own files and music. It's fun. Or it's not. It depends. Maybe you don't like that old school nostalgic, kind of aspect of old school LimeWire. No, don't be mean to them, Internet. It's not their fault. They grew up in a different time. They're probably millennials. Doesn't matter. Hi, where are you from? Well, we formed initially in our mother's womb, once upon a time. In fact, in our book, Nailing Kalimba, available on Amazon.com and Kindle of the Unlimited, we like to, on occasion, actually read a passage there from our book. So when you ask, hi, where are you from? We like to think we formed in the womb, but really formulated our essence of being, okay, once we really nailed everything that, surrounded and comprised the components of what make us us today, okay? Now you might be saying to yourself, don't read your book. No, we're not going to read the whole thing, just a mere passage, because you asked. Accidentally, it was supposed to say from. Huh? Yeah, lead into it, trying to peddle our wares, sell some stuff. That's right. So, Nailing Kalimba by Shyzabox. That's us. Available on Amazon.com and Kindle of Unlimited, where you can start an account and read any of our books, and we get a big whopping 0.04 cents per page read. That's right. That's how we made a big 11 cents in our literary revenue last month. It's not something to laugh at. We're paid authors now. Made a whole 11 cents. We're investing that right back here in the channel. You're welcome. Needless to say, this is from our work. Okay. When I was but a lad, suckling on me mother's tit, I could hear that of the sea calling my nature. 'Twas this indeed from whar me tale begins. Nay, 'twas merely upon that of the teat itself, where I suckled the beat of that of the universe. Well, if I had a cliffhanger like that, I'd go buy that book. Or at least start a Kindle Unlimited. Read it for free during my trial. It's not a joke, trying to peddle our wares here, man. It's tough times, all right? And believe you me, the weekend was just, over the last couple days. And if you have a friend that was supposed to meet up with you and chickened out, right? And they didn't go to the bar, they didn't go to the party, they didn't go to the birthday, and they didn't spend their paycheck, you send them to Amazon to buy one of our books, okay? Who the F are you? Who the F are we? We're us. Who the F are you? I don't know. Oh, you're Crazy Dude. Well, Crazy Dude, we can call you Crazy Dude, right? Of course we can. So, C-Money. When you ask who the F are we, we're Shyzabox. We're the bringer of the decentralized platform known as Web3 Funland. Okay? On our IPFS, we have a LimeWire-inspired music player. We have a variety of games with which you can play and or, embark on checking out, should you choose to, should you want to. But they are free. Yeah, you don't got to give us a dime. We offer everything of ours for free. The only thing behind any sort of paywall at all is our literary endeavors, which of course come from that of our mind, okay? Yeah, you laugh. But we offer a variety of literary works, okay, to which we hope to reciprocally make some semblance of our daily bread and not starve to death. These aren't jokes, Internet, but you're ruthless. That's right, you would celebrate that. But when you ask who the F are we are Shyzabox. We make things day of with people in the stream and community, post it day of on a sovereign micro blockchain, and day of remit offerings that back to the general public with whom desires us to make something. We've made Joey's Meat Run, available now. Go to the IPFS and play it. We've themed out, different elements and aspects of the LimeWire-inspired music player. You can go check it out now. We made it with that of the community. So, who the F are we? We are Shyzabox. We have made a plethora of games available for free. We have made a working Swarm mesh demo decentralized on Web3, which works. We have made a material cutoff audit tool. We have, made a Trenuary script with which uses orthogonally, dynamics with which to use binary, trinary code, this, that, the other, works really well. Check our math on Kaggle. You're welcome to it. It's all available, of course. We hide not behind anything. So, who the F are we? We're motherfucking Shyzabox. That's right. Well, Charlie Kirk, I don't think you're being very polite in the chat. And believe you me, there's one thing that we knew about you. It's that you were pretty polite. But believe you me, sometimes just individuals want to cause a ruckus, cause a chaos. Take it the other day, for example, okay? There was someone who was asking inherently, is mayonnaise an instrument? Is mayo an instrument? Well, when we got to thinking about it, because, you know, we're awesome Shyzabox, we're like, well, obviously, someone's infatuated with mayo as a musical apparatus. And because we were unaware of any existing, we made one. That's right. So who the F are we? We're Shyzabox. We make what the people want. Maybe not everyone wanted a mayo mental awesome music player. Okay, you can go to IPFS now. I think it's the third thing on the audio. Third one down. First one is the LimeWire inspired music player. Second one is the digital kalimba, which is awesome because we love kalimba. That's right, our book, Nailing Kalimba. We read a passage earlier from it, right here on the screen. That's on there. And then the third link right there in itself is going to be Mayo Mental. That's right. It's a jar of mayonnaise that you adjust where the fist goes in it. And you can put your fist in Granny's jar and decide for yourself where you like to reside audibly in that of its offerings. Right? Now, you laugh, right? But these are the things that we're asked for. These are the things that we give. We give what the people want. But we don't think the people want obscenities and blatant rudeness, right? Or they do. Doesn't matter. You never know. But as we sit back and we think to ourselves, how can we dynamically offer, all right, an exact start, whether it be late or on time? How can we dynamically offer a exact arrival, whether it arrives when it's supposed to or departs when it's not? Okay? How can we implement these systems with which we routinely enact, we routinely update, this, that, and the other? Okay? Now, in its simplicity, one must only, follow that of, the site itself, as far as the IPFS site, right? And you'll get all of the updates within reason. Now, sometimes small little updates and things of that nature depend on your browser. You might have to clear your cache or your history or anything like that. But when you do such and you're able to, load the site properly, you will get all of those minute updates and things of that nature. Okay? That's right. Something to celebrate. Optionally, you can obviously follow the channel here, Punk Rock Review, and we will let you know when new stuff is available. Not only that, but on the streams, we take great fun, okay, in making things with the community, whether out of jest, out of spite, out of jokiness or not. It leads to more substance available and structure as a foundation on Web3, okay? That's right, something to celebrate. As the foundation is now being laid and built and developed on a routinely regular basis, it's merely a matter of time before other companies start jumping in on the mix or wanting to get in on the mix, and poor old Shyzabox gets thrown behind an NDA because someone's trying to, give them a free tricked out Tesla truck and their name's Elon Musk and they're a trillionaire just throwing money around, right? We're not under an NDA now, so we can, share all of that. Yes, oi, mate. Hello and hi. Welcome to this. That's right. Top of the morning, and exactly. Top of the morning to you as well. That's right. Thanks for being here. You'll regret it. Or you won't. Doesn't matter. Point is that eventually most people end up seeing, hey, dude's got a working IPFS site. Let's go check out those games. Then they leave. Or they'll load the music player and have so much nostalgic fun, they never come back. No, there's other reasons. Your show sucks. Hey. Fair enough. Those that do come back, they usually tend to appreciate getting their words in, okay, whether in jest or not, when the development part comes and we actually start making, new things to add to the site. because not only is it fun to participate and partake in that as a community, but as we expand the, kind of placeholding, dead-end links and stuff on the site, all of that with which we offer, the stuff that we make with the community, all the more enjoyable. All the more reason for someone else to, download the site and then run it themselves as its own, node to help other people be able to load the content faster, right? The way that you can have a good, viable Web3 is the more, the merrier. That's right. So, you don't remember me. Norbert, of course we remember you, Norb. We can call you Norb, right? Of course we can, because we go back way long ago, many streams. Norb, baby, we remember you, dude. If there's one thing that we know, it's that we remember you, because we were making something. Did we do the Joey's Trash Pile with you, or was it one of the themes? It wasn't the theme. That was Lil something. Lil... yeah, they put in some great effort and work on the Mayo Mental. No, I think with you, we were doing the, way back. We shared diapers. Of course we shared diapers. I think it was that extra case we had come across that was in that sale. Buy 3 of these products, get a free case of diapers. And we were like, hey, Norb, baby, share these diapers with us. We can't wear them all at once. Or we can try. But of course we remember you. I give you the golden pot idea. Ah, yes, yeah, Joey's trash. My golden pot idea was trash? Nor, baby, we told you we had to adjust it, okay? Yes, the golden pot idea, the where's your pot of gold leprechaun? Still don't got it. Roof still broken. But of course we remember you, Norb. That's right, something to celebrate. Because you now are a part of history, Norbert. We can call you Norbert, right? Of course we can. Because we go way back. So, end money. Point is that you're part of history, brother man. The Joey's Trash exists in the iteration that it does right now. Okay? The Golden Pot idea is just a working title. Now, that's fine, because, believe you me, right now, the Joey's Trash thing is just a working placeholder again. We said we're going to have to move that game up to the arcade because that's where it inherently belongs. We can't just have games all over the site. It would conflict with the not games. But, we were even thinking of redoing the site again, but no, we're not going to. Okay? We're going to hold off. We got plenty of stuff to add to the site before we just keep invigorating it and stuff. But, we're just kind of kicking it and doing whatever. So, gives us a sec to play around with the ideas of doing such. But, there's other stuff we got to fix first. We got to make Mayo Mental better, okay? Norbert, you weren't here on one of the streams. We know that you try and make all the ones that you can. Or you accidentally clicked on, doesn't matter. Point is, you weren't here on one of the other streams, and, or maybe you were. We're pretty oblivious to a lot of stuff. Point is, someone asked if Mayo is an instrument, and it is now, okay? We put Mayo Mental up. It's under the LimeWire Inspired Music Player, under the digital kalimba. Next is a Mayo Mental, where you can put the fist in Granny's jar and listen to all the great sounds that Mayo can make. Because someone wanted to hear mayonnaise as an instrument as far as what we could deduce from their comments. If you can get a sound out of it, it's an instrument. Well, absolutely. That's why we made Mayo Mental. It's literally on the IPFS site right now, okay? If you have the old site loaded, delete your cache and such like that. Reload our IPFS site. Link in the descriptification. Go down to the audio section. Third one down is going to be Mayo Mental. And believe you me, you fist Granny's jar all you want, okay, till your heart's content. That's the rule I life by. We all life by that rule. I meant live. We know. Believe you me, it makes the show a little better when stuff like that happens, okay? It's more authentic. It's more natural, okay? Speaking of being natural and authentic, it is this point in time in the show that we need to apologize for our last stream. So, we're sorry about that. All right, excellent. Now that we've covered all our bases and apologize for that, remember everything here is for philosophical entertainment. Use any devices, apparatuses, things of that nature at your own risk. It is the wild, wild west of the internet on Web3 nowadays, of course, and you can do no wrong trying to protect yourself with protecting yourself. So be careful. Exercise caution. But believe you me, Norbert, we all live by the rules of anything making a sound being an instrument, okay? Because instrumentally, those audio acoustics, okay, that resonate with one's peripherals, even this could be an instrument, you know? Anything that resonates with those, audio acoustics, those, elements of frequency and sound, right? That just correlate and tangle itself to one's soul. What a great thing, right? What a great thing. That's right. So, speaking of great things, Internet, we haven't read any of our poetry today. Fuck that, I'm leaving. Hey! Get back here, Mom. We wrote this one for you. I wish you didn't. We're going to read some poetry. You know why? So we get to do whatever we want. That's right. Some people like poetry. You can find this one on Amazon.com as well. Kindle Unlimited. Just search Shyzabox books. Shyzabox, Shyzalosophy. Every good philosopher needs to have a poetry book. That's why we have one. Now, again, we're not saying we're a good philosopher, but got a poetry book, so we can at least be in the conversation. Remember, we called Daryl Dixon dibs on being the best of the worst. So, if anything, we're that. That's right. All right, Internet. I think that it's time that we go back to a poem that we've, yes, read on stream, okay? Maybe once or twice. All right. It's a fan favorite. That's right. But we can't just jump into reading from our poetry book, How Cometry Poetry, available on Amazon.com and Kindle Unlimited, without initially cleansing the air and the atmosphere, okay? That's right. You can't sink your endeavors in an unclean environment. You could have Joey running rampant. That's right. No one wants Joey around their entire apparatus. That's right. Definitely boo-worthy. But how do we put thence into the aether, okay, that of what is to be acceptable, okay, and the least affiliated with Joey? That's right. Okay? So that's what makes it viable, okay, in its acquisition by anyone who cares to hear it. Not a joke. That's how it has to work. But, believe you me, we can't just jump into the book, okay? We can't just read a poem without first adhering to all of that which lies tied up in 90s sitcoms and movies, maybe part of the early 2000s, okay? Everybody knows you cannot inherently, okay? You cannot inherently just blanketly read poetry without cleansing the environment. That's right. So we're going to cleanse it real quick, okay? There's only one way to properly cleanse the environment in a quick manner in the digital form, okay? Obviously, anyone who's watched 90 sitcoms, anything like that, they recognize this as the only viable method and means, okay? That being the case, okay, to cleanse the aura, the aroma, the apparatus, right, that is Joey. That's right. If it's from Joey, it's a Noe. to cleanse properly, you need to do it the right way. Takes 3 times. Everyone knows this. Excellent. All right, there's cleanse. So now we can commence and read. Perfect. All right. This one from How Poetry Cometry, How Cometry Poetry, available on Amazon.com. Kindle Unfluent. Diceth of the man. Andrew of the dices. Dices of the clay. Legendary delivery. In vulgarest of ways. Funniest of the banter. Wittiest of the joke. Yo mother. Excellent. Excellent. You laugh, Internet. It's because things like that conform to the standards of poetic greatness, okay? That's right. You might be saying, we didn't know you were such great poet, Shyzabox. Believe you me, you don't have to say it when we're busy saying it ourselves. Yes, that was pretty funny. Laughter warranted. Internet, there comes a time, all right, we can't wait for you to agree with us on how great our poetry is. So we just have to venture out and put it out there and recognize that surely it is, otherwise we wouldn't have made 11 cents in our literary endeavors last month. I don't know why you laugh. It's, okay, maybe a little sad as far as like the actual revenue, but we are paid literary authors. That's right. Fantastic. You might be saying, yeah, your pay sucks. Everyone's pay sucks. Doesn't matter. If there's one thing that we hope, though, it's that the individuals, okay, like you, Norbert, who come by, grace us with those visionary masterpieces of the working titles, okay, the Golden Goose Egg, Goose. When that happens, that's where the magic's created. That's where the structures begin to take form, way, shape, and everything pertaining to what they are. It's when two entities come together and merge those dynamics of what they can bring to the table, what they can offer, what they can give to those, okay, who follow through and, adhere to the, offerings, okay, that the symbiosis affords, okay? The max entropy is only going to output so much, okay, from every iteration of interaction. Theoretically, of course, all this for philosophical entertainment. It's when you utilize in conjunction different aspects, okay, structural, geometrical superpositioning, and, prioritization, that you can achieve that vector equilibrium that everyone's come to like and love, right? That's right. That's why we try and, in our coding, use that of which innately does the most good, okay, with the smallest of input, right? That's right. Because we know no one wants to wait around for a bunch of crap to load. It's already bad enough waiting through commercials and different elements and aspects and components of one's life, especially with all the targeted ads and, hell, even billboards and commercialization that exists. Now, obviously, we're not against, commerce or anything like that. That's right. But it's nice to take a step back and realize that in a decentralized platform and apparatus like Web3, you can begin, okay, to structurally create things that adhere to physics, okay, whether it's universally accepted or not. It doesn't matter. If math works, right? But if you adhere to what is allowed, okay, you can produce what is able. That's right. So, as we wind down, as we finish up, that of what we brought to the table today, whether it was a late start or an early arrival, just know that we periodically check our email. Okay? That's right. And you can follow us on the Blue of the Sky and or the here, or message us or email us at the channel. Okay, punkrokreview. Remember the C is silent. Bring us any ideas, any things that you care for us to be privy to creation thereof with you, or anything like that. All right, we can make some cool stuff should you choose. That's right. But if not, fret not, because great individuals like Norbert come along, right? That's right. Thank you, Norbert. We can call you Norbert, right? Of course we can. We go way back, lots of streams ago. So, end dog. The great things that we're able to create, we give to the people. It's not just us giving it to them. It's not just, who was it? Who the F are you, crazy dude? Okay. We are Shyzabox, and we love creating and doing and making stuff with whoever feels like making, creating, and doing. But we're not going to wait all day, and eventually we want to play games and listen to decentralized, fun music players too. So we're going to have fun with it. That's why we offer the 6 different themes on our decentralized, LimeWire-inspired music player available on the IPFS. That's right. We enjoy playing with the toys ourselves. We enjoy interacting with the artifacts ourselves. So, there's only so much waiting around we can do before we just make something on our own accord. But we love making stuff more with, anyone who wants to have their 2 cents or input put in. So shoot an email, shoot a message, shoot a whatever, and we will hopefully hear from, any entity or apparatus who wants to additionally posit their 2 cents into the creation of something. It's nothing like being able to be like, hey, I had a hand in making that, right? Yeah. Some things you don't want to necessarily claim affiliation to, but when you're playing in the wild, wild west of the Web3, sometimes those handshakes that go out are the exact ones that, can pull you on board the train that's flying all around Web3, having some awesome-ass fun, making cool shit like we are. That's right. So jump on board, or quit blocking our sun. As always, we don't want your subscription, we want your money. Downvote the shit out of this, go to Cashapp and give us a buck. Get off our lawn!